What's going on, everybody? It's ETA Prime back here again. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at the all-new ORTHRUS laptop. So this thing seemed pretty cool. It actually just showed up out of the blue, and I figured I'd go ahead and make a quick video on it. As you can see, this laptop has dual screens. The bottom screen is a 7-inch 800p touch display. Main screen is going to be a 15-inch 1080p display. It's got a backlit keyboard, pretty decent trackpad on it, but obviously the main draw is going to be the smaller touch display down here. When it comes down to it, I do like the overall design, but it is kind of lacking in CPU and GPU performance. With a laptop like this, we usually see something like an N305. This unit here is actually powered by an Intel N100. I had thought that we'd have a little more performance coming out with a 15-inch laptop, especially with a dual screen setup, but unfortunately, that's the only CPU option they have right now for this unit. And with that, we get 4 cores, 4 threads, a clock up to 3.4 gigahertz, an Intel iGPU with 24 execution units. They did add 32 gigabytes of RAM here. It's DDR4 running at 3200 megahertz. We've got one 15-inch main display with a resolution of 1920 by 1080. And we've got that 7-inch touch display down below with a resolution of 1280 by 800. It's got Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 5.0, a 29 watt-hour battery, and out of the box, this is running Windows 11. Luckily, the cooling system they added here is pretty beefy for an N100, so this thing does run up to a 15 watt TDP, allowing for some pretty decent performance for what we have here, but it's not a top-of-the-line experience. If you want to do some web browsing, some email checking, document editing, you can get it done on this machine, and I'm pretty surprised by how well it supports these dual screens. But one thing I'd love to see with a machine like this is just some custom software to really utilize that smaller touch display. I know we've got a real keyboard built in here and trackpad, but it would be nice to have an application to have that over here on the touch screen. I've actually played a couple easier, tap games on the bottom screen there, but for the most part, I've been running Spotify on that screen. So you get your nice little album art down there and everything like that while you're either browsing the web, doing some work on the larger 15-inch display. I did run a couple benchmarks here, and I'll give you a look at those. At the top, we've got Geekbench 6 coming in with a single core of 1,183, multi 3,015. Not too bad, and we usually see these little chips running at around a 6 watt TDP. Given that this out of the box can do up to 15 watts, we are seeing really decent performance for the chip we have. And as for iGPU performance, I ran 3D Mark Night Raid. We scored 4,681. So it's not going to win any benchmark awards at all. And this thing is not marketed as a gaming machine. But with the N100 at 15 watts, we are able to get some indie gaming and some older PC games out of the way on this machine. Here's Hades 2 at 1080p low settings, and I do think that we could probably run this at medium settings. Actually, pretty steady 60. I've got the Steam overlay in the very top left-hand corner, and you can see it's running really good here with this N100. Next up, Left 4 Dead 2 720p medium settings. We're running at 60 FPS. We've only got a 60 Hz panel here, so I did turn VSync on. But with VSync off, this actually goes up to around 81 FPS on average. And the final game I wanted to test here was OG Skyrim. We're at 720p low settings, and even at that 15 watt TDP with this N100, that little iGPU is struggling to hit 60 with this game. So obviously, with the chipset here in this laptop, it's not meant for gaming. Some indie stuff is going to work really well. You want to do some emulation like PSP. Even some GameCube games run pretty decently on this. You can't really upscale very well, but at that native resolution, you can play a lot of GameCube with this using the Dolphin emulator. But obviously, with performance like this in OG Skyrim at 720p low, we're not going to be running Cyberpunk 2077 even at 720p low 30 FPS. So yeah, I figured I'd just go ahead and make a quick video on this. It kind of showed up out of the blue. I mean, we've taken a look at a lot of the N100 devices. The main thing this has going for it is that second display, but I really do wish we had a more powerful CPU. Even something like the Intel N305 would have been absolutely amazing in this little PC. But unfortunately, at the time of making this video, they're only offering that N100. But if you're still interested in learning a little more, I'll leave some links in the description. And if there's anything else you want to see running on this, just let me know in the comments below. But that's it for this one. Like always, thanks for watching.